I'm going to give you a loaded question, sir. We need to explore the social behavior, this new dichotomy that we see between moral and trust erosion. So AI isn't just a tech threat anymore, quite clearly. We've moved beyond that. It's now clearly a moral one. Are we entering an era where truth itself becomes optional? Truth has become optional, Mr. Cherian. You don't know what to believe, what to trust.
I think that there are two aspects to this. Certainly, as we've discussed already, there are parts of it which are purely technology. There are parts of it which are education, and there are parts of it which is social reaction and rejection. So let's look at all three.
Yep.
In my view, intermediaries are the most obvious, but also the softest target. That because they are really just the pipes who are carrying things to people. So that then and therefore the idea is that because you cannot go after the makers of the technology, you go to those who carry the product of that technology, which is moving very fast. On top of that, now you put education. So as long as people know that what you see is not reality, then the impact of that at a societal level gets reduced. So I think that we need to recognize that this is the time for schools, colleges, and families to be educated as to what is this threat and what is reality. What you said a little while ago, is there such a thing as reality, or are we all living in some cyber world where we don't know and can't distinguish?
I don't know about that, Mr. Cherian, but what I do know is that there is no such thing as the absolute original anymore, because I don't see I think originality has been eroded completely. Of course, it has also eroded the structures and pillars, the fundamentals of privacy. Of piracy, beg your pardon. But at the same point in time, I feel like, trust is getting massively eroded. I'm going to again ask you, because I've heard you say this before as well. Technology amplifies what we already are. So what is AI revealing to us about ourselves, Mr. Cherian? What does AI tell us about us as a society?
A deep-seated desire to profit and to harness technology for advantage. The two words are profit and advantage. It is not just titillation, amusement, or just enthusiasm to display technology. It is because each of the players on this platform are actually interested in either making profit or giving themselves, the airs and graces of being the most prominent, the most desirable, the most followed, the most visible, etc. So we need to understand that the character of humankind has not changed very much between avarice and the need for recognition. So to try and alter that by putting regulations or rules is a good thing, but you will always be running after that cat. And like Schrodinger's cat, you can't be sure what is real and into what plane it has jumped at any point of time. So, I as somebody who sat in on the creative side, as someone who sat in on the Advertising Standards Council, as someone who's been teaching public policy, let me tell you that lawmaking will always seek to chase, but the human emotion and the desire to, for avarice or for self-aggrandizement is likely to remain unchanged. So you can put the laws and fetters on those you choose to, control because they are in your control. But beyond that, it ain't going to work.